Hi, this is going to be an intro, very brief, to the idea of what design thinking is. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about it, show you a couple slides, but then the real bulk of understanding it is going to come through the next few classes that we walk through and the activities that we do so you can really get a good understanding of it in a hands-on kind of way. So what exactly is design thinking? Design thinking is a way of looking at the interactions between a product or service and the people that use it and the abilities that it has to improve. So the main focus of design thinking is really the people who are coming to your business or service, to solve some sort of problem that they have in their own lives, or to meet a need, or to achieve a goal that they can not otherwise achieve. A business's viability is based on the value that they offer to that user in their ability to help that goal get accomplished. So, excuse me. So naturally, when you open up your business's development style or way of working to incorporate the needs of the user, it's fair to assume that you're going to have to eventually change a few things to better suit those users' goals or meet their needs in a more comprehensive way. So this is where the technology portion comes in. Given that if your product is going to be changing, you're going to be looking at things like what are we capable of? How can we best serve the needs of the user? And is our product able to do it? Is our business able to support it? Things like that. Forward motion development. This is how technology has boomed so quickly. The reason that we do this is because for a business to be viable, it's got to offer something of value. And for it to be valuable, it's got to serve a purpose in your user's life that they cannot otherwise serve themselves, or meet a need that users can not otherwise meet. The way that we do this is through a myriad of different methods, such as observation, interviews, brainstorming with your team, prototyping stuff, innovating, thinking outside the box, lots of things like that. But it's always methods that are at its core driven by the needs and goals and desires of the people using the business, product, or service. It can also look something like this when we're talking about the actual process. This could apply easily to a 2-week sprint process. So if you notice over here in the blue at the very beginning here, we've got project kickoff. And this larger blue area is referred to as discovery. This is where all your research is going to be done. So this is where you may figure out that your product is serving or could potentially serve many different problems, or when you're finding out that your user has potentially a bunch of problems that could be things that you may be able to provide a solution for. But as you refine your research, meaning as you collect more data and really look at the trends that are coming up, you're going to really narrow it down to a big problem first, and you're going to attack those problems one by one, which is where we get to the problem prioritization, kind of in this weird bluish purple phase in between the two diamonds. And then we're going to look at it again, and we're going to reframe the problem for ourselves. And so the reason we do that is so that we can generate a lot of solutions. And this is what happens here in this like deeper purple kind of area, this second diamond, is when we have a lot of solutions, we just, cough up as a team. This is the brainstorming part. We cough up as many possible solutions as we could think of. And then we really try and look at which ones would best serve the needs of our user. And we whittle it down to not so many, maybe even one. And that's when you're going to start looking at prototyping. I know it says development here, and this is what we are talking about. You would be designing and developing a concept. So this is where you would have already triaged your ideas for solutions and begun to really hone in on one and try it out. And this is where wireframing, sketching, and lo-fi prototyping and first and second round testing comes in. That's where these little continued user research iteration 1 and 2. These are small cycles where you're going to design, rapid prototype, test, fix, test, fix, test, fix over and over and over. And there's a bunch of different styles of testing that you're going to incorporate in there, which we'll get into later.